now, the Tennessee Valley's certified most accurate forecast from the Fox 54 Weather Impact Team.
And a very good Wednesday evening. I'm Fox 54 Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Dressman. It was another beautiful afternoon across the Tennessee Valley. At least it looked beautiful, and it looks beautiful. This is a live look over in DeKalb County this evening. Still talking about plenty of blue sky. I really love this time of year because the trees are really beginning to take on that really pretty deep green. You know, we got all of that rain last week when a lot of the trees were still kind of in the blooming stage where they were kind of in that bright greenish color, but now we're really getting into that deeper green color, and you can really see that here overlooking DeKalb County. What a beautiful view this evening. Now, we did have a few fair weather cumulus clouds through the course of the afternoon, and it was incredibly warm and it was incredibly humid. We'll talk about that in just a second. Another view of the deep, beautiful green trees here from the top of Green Mountain back overlooking the city of Huntsville. Definitely still on the warmer end of the spectrum. Look at this. Right now, 84 degrees with a dew point of 63, and you're going to be able to feel that humidity if you go outside this evening. And you definitely felt that humidity if you spent any time outside through the course of the afternoon. It was a nice little taste of summer across North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee, where it was on the warmer end of the spectrum, but we also had to deal with a little bit of that humidity. Other current numbers across the Tennessee Valley, we're sitting at 83 in Pulaski, 81 right now in Fayetteville, sitting at 82 in Coleman, 84 degrees right now over in Florence. We're sitting at 82 in Fort Payne. Remember, our friends over in Northeast Alabama, y'all really didn't warm up all that much yesterday. You were cooler than everybody else. You only saw high temperatures climb into the mid and upper 70s. Today, you got to enjoy the 80s, and that's exactly where you sit this evening. Fort Payne saw 85 this afternoon. The Huntsville International Airport saw 87. Athens and Decatur saw high temperatures this afternoon of 88 degrees. Florence saw a high temperature this afternoon of 86. Certainly don't want to forget about our friends up across southern Middle Tennessee, 84 and 86 respectively for both Pulaski and Fayetteville. These numbers a good bit above where we should be this time of year, right? We're heading into the final day of April. As a matter of fact, it is the final day of April, and we'll talk about the early days of May here in just a second. But the average high temperature at around 79 or 80 degrees. We definitely should not be climbing into the mid and upper 80s. But before you know it, that's going to be a regular feature. If you're going to be going out for dinner this evening, right away, 6 o'clock right now, 83 degrees, 81 at 7, 78 by 8, 76 degrees by the time we get to 9 o'clock. Maybe a slight increase in the amount of cloud cover across the Tennessee Valley, but overall, I think we're going to maintain a mostly clear sky. Temperatures dropping into the mid-60s. I've got a low temperature right around 66 degrees. Again, on the warmer end of the spectrum. And it's going to be warm for the kids at the bus stop tomorrow morning. Definitely not going to need a jacket. You haven't needed a jacket the last several mornings, and you're not going to want one as you head out the door for work. Look at this, 71 at 8, 74 by 9, 76 degrees by the time we get to 10 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, 10 o'clock in the morning, and we're already going to be talking about temperatures in the mid and upper 70s. It's also going to be quite humid. 82 degrees tomorrow. We are going to be a little bit cooler tomorrow compared to what we saw today. These numbers only a couple of degrees above average. Now, of course, tomorrow is May 1st. Scattered showers and thunderstorms are going to be in the forecast, and that's led to the issuance of a Fox 54 Weather Impact Alert Day. We'll talk about that in just a second. Again, tomorrow is May 1st. The average high temperature right around 79, the average low temperature right around 55. Now, by the time we get to the end of the month, the average high temperature is going to jump all the way up to the mid-80s, 85 degrees. The average low jumping all the way to the mid-60s, right around 64. So I guess you could say that the temperatures we had this afternoon and over the last couple of days are a better representation of what you would expect as we head into the later part of May. Look at what our sunrise and sunset do, though. This is what I'm most excited about. Yeah, the temperatures are nice. It's going to be getting warmer, but I'm really excited about the sunrise and the sunset. It's nice to be able to get your day started earlier and get to enjoy that full sunshine. We're going to go from a sunrise of 5:55 a.m. to 5:34 a.m. Sunset, we're going to go from 7:31. We're finally going to be talking about a sunset after 8 o'clock, 8:03. To be specific. On average, we do get a lot of rain in the month of May, right around 5.11 inches of it. Rain is something we're talking about this evening. Now, only a couple of folks are talking about rain. Rain sitting just to the north of Scottsboro. Everybody else is dry, and everybody else is probably going to stay dry through the duration of the evening and then as we head into the overnight. Let's talk about that chance for some stronger thunderstorms across the Tennessee Valley. Showers and thunderstorms are going to become more widespread as we head into both Thursday and Friday. Now, some of those storms could bring some gusty winds and a little bit of small hail, both Thursday and Friday. Right now, the Weather Impact Alert Day is only going for Thursday. The full timing details, especially for that round on Friday, not set in stone just yet, so I don't want to pull the trigger on the Fox 54 Weather Impact Alert Day on Friday, just because I don't know all of the specifics. And it's always my goal to only issue the Fox 54 Weather Impact Alert Days when I have all of the details, mostly written in stone. That way I can pass them on to you with much better accuracy. Flash flooding is going to be possible where we see the heaviest rain. This is not going to be a widespread concern across North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee, right? Only a select number of people where those heaviest bouts of rain establish themselves are going to have to deal with the potential for a little bit of flash flooding. As we head into your Friday, we're talking about a secondary threat for stronger thunderstorms across the Tennessee Valley. Kind of already hinted at that, a marginal risk for severe weather across the area. But let's get back to your Thursday. That weather impact alert day mostly going to be valid 3 p.m. to 9 p.m., very summer-like across the Tennessee Valley, though this activity is associated with a cold front, very summer-like in that the timing of showers and thunderstorms is very representative of what you would expect during the summer, right? 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. We're talking about that chance for strong or marginally severe thunderstorms. And then a couple of things that you definitely need. Always have the FOX54 app. Stay tuned right here to FOX54 Plus, and always make sure you have your severe weather plan handy as well. It's always a good idea to have that as we are still in our spring severe weather season. We're going to talk about that here in just a minute. So let's talk about our big concerns. Truly, I think the flash flooding threat is going to be minimal. It's only going to be for a select number of people where those heaviest bouts of precipitation establish themselves. Most of us are just going to get a good soaking. That's not really going to lead to any sort of flooding. The biggest concerns we're going to have across the Tennessee Valley going to be the threat for potentially some larger hail. Now, that threat for larger hail is honestly only going to come to fruition if storms are able to build tall enough in altitude. Otherwise, you would just get a little bit of small hail, and that's not near as big of a concern. Of course, damaging winds going to be possible across the Tennessee Valley, 60 to 65 miles per hour. And then this is a little bit of good news, and I don't get to say this very often. When it comes to spring thunderstorms across the Tennessee Valley, the threat for a tornado is essentially zero. And that really does not happen a lot when you're talking about spring thunderstorms. There is almost always a threat of a couple of tornadoes, and that's not really going to be a thing this time around. And frankly, that's something I'm really excited about. So here's Futurecast as we head into the Thursday morning commute. Some of us dealing with an increase in cloud cover. Some of us get to enjoy a little bit of sunshine. A couple of isolated, widely scattered showers are going to begin to develop through the later part of the morning, early into the afternoon. If by chance this activity were to become more widespread, then that's going to drastically limit the threat for strong and severe thunderstorms as we head into the afternoon. Speaking of, here's Futurecast, 5:30 in the evening. Showers and thunderstorms developing across Lauderdale, Colbert, down into Franklin County, heading up into southern Middle Tennessee. Within this band of showers and thunderstorms, we're going to be talking about the chance for some gusty winds. We're also going to be talking about the chance for some smaller hail. Now, this stuff's going to move through with a relative level of speed, 8:30, 9 o'clock in the evening, already hanging out over northeast Alabama, Jackson, DeKalb, and Marshall counties. And at this point, the threat for any stronger severe thunderstorms is also going to be minimal at best. As this activity draws to the east, it's actually going to do a pretty good job at weakening. And then we are dry as we head into the overnight, early into your Friday morning. Friday afternoon, here we are at the lunch hour. Another round of isolated, widely scattered showers and thunderstorms with the potential for this activity to become more widespread as we head into the later part of Friday afternoon and then through the course of Friday evening, maintaining the opportunity for some scattered showers as we head into the overnight and then early into your Saturday morning. Slight risk for severe weather across the entire Tennessee Valley. Again, that carries us through Thursday afternoon and Thursday evening. Let's talk about our spring severe weather season. It's beginning to wind down. The peak of our spring severe weather season is the month of April. Now, these are the number of tornadoes in the Tennessee Valley between 1950 and 2023. And you can kind of see our main severe weather season here, March, April, and then the month of May. Now, the month of May is typically only the front half of the month. Once you get to about May 15th or May 16th, our chances for severe weather really begin to die down. Our chances for widespread organized severe weather, that is. And then, of course, you have the summer months and then our secondary severe weather season as we head into the last little part of the year. I always want you to stay connected with me on social media. You're always going to get a lot of good updates on there. Chief Meteorologist Dressman. You know, honestly, I have never changed the Twitter or X logo. I really should change it and make it an X. And then, of course, if you really want to follow me on Instagram, you can follow me on Instagram. I don't post a lot of weather to Instagram, if we're being quite honest. You get a lot of my personal life on Instagram that you're otherwise not going to get on my Facebook page.